Never thought I'd see the day when a 1990 vehicle was considered a classic. Look at this thing right here. This is an old Cadillac. Looks like it's a DeVille. Yeah, it's a base DeVille, base model DeVille, something like that. Customer states that the engine is misfiring and they'd like the engine checked out because they can't drive it. So we are going to perform a diagnosis regarding drivability on this 1990 Cadillac. Check this out right here. Look at those old keys. Gold Cadillac keys. You guys remember those things? That's pretty. You look a little closer, see that little chip right there? That is the security feature on this particular Cadillac. That is a resistance chip in there. When you put it in, it completes a circuit. Hello, orange seat. It completes a circuit, and that's what authorizes the engine to start from the security system. Ooh, this thing smells like an old Caddy too. Yeah, it's got that old car smell in it here. So anyway, yeah, there's a circuit inside of this ignition tumbler. When you insert the key, that little chip thing in there, it's got a pre-programmed amount of resistance in it. That resistance value is what gives you your authorization. Go ahead and key this thing on. Do we have battery? No. I don't know why. How'd you get this thing here? No battery. Let's pop the hood real quick, and I guess we're doing a parking lot diagnosis on this thing. Maybe they disconnected the battery for reasons unknown to me. Let's find out. Now the paperwork said this thing had a 4.5 liter V8. I don't know if that's a 4.5 or a 4.9. Memory doesn't serve me well on this. Yeah, 4.5 liter. I did not know that was in existence. So anyway, here's our multi-port injection Cadillac motor right here. Battery, where are you? Battery's dead as a doornail. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe this thing come on a tow truck or whatever. Anyway, let's get the jump box and throw some electrons in this unit and see if we can't get it to fire up and see what's going on here. I do believe this car has been sitting around parked for a very, very, very long time. It does not look like it's been running and driving. So let's see if we can resurrect this classic luxury Cadillac. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a very good video. Opening the hood. Hello everybody, good day to you guys. I was out in the parking lot fixing to fetch a car, and it has no electrons, so we're gonna grab the battery jumper box here, get this thing to fire up, and then see what's going on with it. The customer states it's got a like a misfire or some kind of sparking or arcing action. I'm not really sure. It's dead in the water over here in the lot, so let's get after it. Okay, supplemental electron source coming in right here. Got a pository, not a suppository, it's a different tory. Now let's get this guy going. Connect that to negative. Yeah, this battery's stone cold dead, so it looks like we're gonna need a battery. Fans are wide open throttle. That's probably not the greatest for getting a hold of cranking electrons. Yeah, she's powered on now. All right, it runs. Oh yeah, I have a misfire here, I can feel it. The engine is definitely shaking. Let's go take a peek. Ew, the gasoline in here stinks. Kind of ease this thing down here. That should be fine. Yeah, let's nose this unit in. We definitely have a misfire scenario going here. Service engine soon indicator is illuminated. What? Look at that. 26,490 miles on the odometer. How about that? That's a super low mileage. It's got 2 gallons of fuel in the tank on our fuel data indicator system over here. I love these old electronics from the 90s. That's just great. Actual buttons, not some screen that's gonna break. Cruise control, look at that. Climate, oh, I remember these. Colder, warmer, outside temp, 89, off. What if the AC works? Auto. It probably doesn't work. Anyway, let's get her in gear here. Nose this thing into the shop. Oh yeah, that misfire is horrendous. Okay, right about here should do it, I think. That's probably enough space. Let's get this thing parked. No need to shut it down. Let's go see if we can't figure out what's going on with the misfire situation. Maybe we'll luck out and it'll be something staring at us in the face. I'm more concerned about things that deteriorate over time rather than things that are broken over mileage. This thing's got more time on it than it does miles. Let's see, quick alternator check. Okay, the nader nates, kind of. I'm sure this battery is super junk. Battery USA, yeah, never heard of that. That's probably junk. Set that down right there. All right, so we've got a distributor system here. Old school distributor. And it sounds to me like I hear some arcing taking place. I hear a tick, 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 tick. It sounds like an electrical spark, which would be a possibility that it's a spark plug or a spark plug wire, maybe even something in the distributor here. I don't see anything. I don't feel it. It's not shocking me. Anything down there? Here, let's, I'm gonna close this hood so we have some darkness in here. Maybe we'll be able to see it in the dark. I hear it. I can't find it. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I know I have a misfire. Don't know what and don't know why and don't know who's doing it. So I need to determine a few things. First and foremost, which cylinder is in fact misfiring. So since I can't use the scan tool because this is OBD1, onboard diagnostics version 1, it's so old that I don't have a scan tool that talks to OBD1, and I don't need one either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect spark plug wires one at a time until I see a change of state in the engine. That will let me know that that wire is the cylinder responsible for the misfire. Then we can diagnose the cylinder. So we're gonna grab these little pliers right here, and I'm gonna come in, this is risky business, I'm gonna come in one at a time, disconnect plug wires, and listen for a change of state in engine operation. Okay, not that one. That's good, healthy spark, see that? Here. Let's make it dark so you can see. Now you can see it. Right there. Phew, okay. So that is not the misfiring cylinder. Just gonna put this guy back on there. Stay on there. I do not want to take a hit from 20, 30,000 volts today. That's not the greatest. Down. Also, not the misfire. We're just going to keep on going until we find it. Not the misfire. You heard a change of state in the engine. Ow, I just took a hit. You got me. That one. Oh, look. I just saw that thing arc through the spark plug boot. Yeah, right there. Right there, right there. That's bad. Right here. Yeah. See that? That boot has got That boot has a problem. It's no longer insulating. Woo! The engine did not change its state of operation. See that? Put it on, it doesn't care. Take it off, it doesn't care. This may be our affected cylinder right here. Ow, it got me. I don't want to shut it off, it'll quit running. Battery. Wow, that made no sense. I don't want to shut it off, it'll turn off if I turn it off. There. That's that wire there. This is the one. Pull this cover back right here. It runs that way. Down to number 1 right there. That goes down to number 1. Let me get a spray bottle. Let's spray that wire with water and see if it's leaking somewhere else. Here, this is degreaser, but it has water in it. Give it a spray. The sprayer's not spraying. Need some light on the subject. Yeah, there's number 1. That was weird. I don't see it. Okay. Yeah, well, it's in there. Here. Let's test that wire out. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Powering down. So what I'm going to do, we're going to reach down in there with these curvy angular needle noses and try to get this plug wire to come off of here. Okay, so now stick a screwdriver in it or something and ground it, or a spark plug, and then start the car again. See if we have spark at this end of the wire. That wire might just be junk. Here, we'll use some Ford parts to fix this bad boy. Look at that. Talk about some carbon tracking that came out of that Escape thing over there, the little red one that Dave's got. We're gonna put the Ford spark plug in it. See what happens. Click. So then we leave that there to ground out on this coolant hose or whatever, and that should give us a good vantage point to see if there's any spark. Hey, just for fun, stone cold dead, nothing. Yeah, that battery is super junk. Oh, I don't like those ones. It's like an immediate $200 to put a battery in. I don't know, how much do batteries cost these days? I don't really sell a lot of batteries. I feel bad for the cost of batteries, so I tell people to just kind of get their own. Costco. Okay. It's running horribly. What is this? Oh, the fans aren't on. I hope that was the right wire. I'm getting spark here. Okay, well, let's just unplug this guy one more time. Yeah, okay, that is the correct wire. No longer arcing right there. Let's plug it back in. Wonder why it's idling low after that restart. That's a little weird. It stops working when you spray water on it. See that? Okay. I want to pop that cap and rotor button off of there and take a look inside. It's probably super nasty, full of corrosion under that cap. It needs a set of wires, and I'd like to check on a spark plug, but we can pull this one out. That should be easier to pull out. We'll pull this one out right here and check on the condition of the plugs. Now we have a plan. Let's start taking things apart. I think we have an ignition system problem here. I highly doubt that it's going to be a base engine problem. There's one. There's our plug right down yonder. Okay. Let's yank that guy out real fast. Okay, spark plug socket coming in. Should be good right there. Electron ratchet reverse. There we go. AC Delico. These are probably originals. Okay, I don't see any huge massive problem here, so I'm gonna go ahead and rule the spark plugs being the cause of the misfire as unlikely. It's totally not it's not off the list of possibilities, it's just the unlikely category, so we're gonna put that thing back in for the time being. Okay, so what we noticed is that this cylinder, which is connected to this section of the wire, is not running super duper great, and we found a leaking spark out of this wire here, so we know this wire is arcing somewhere. Since the idle changed after that restart, I'm gonna plug this one back in. If I can see the plug in there, it's hot. Where is that plug? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's way in there, fellas. That's probably why spark plugs on this take 36 hours to change. I missed. I'm feeling it. Feeling for the tip. Okay, I felt the click. So that wire is now reconnected. Let's do another restart and sort of start over. Okay, so now this engine cares about this wire being disconnected. That one's fine. Just to be thorough here, I just heard an arc right there. Ah. It's weird, it shut down too. Okay. But I also have water on the spark plug wire, so that might be affecting it. Let's stick with the plan. Time to disassemble some things. Let's pull this little intake business off, and I'm gonna pull this cap out of here and look inside of it. Ooh, it's getting hot. I'm starting to leak sweat. That means there's a bunch of sweat in my gloves. One of the back wasn't even tight, but okay. Let's pull this guy off of here. There's been some crispy critters habitating inside of this engine compartment. Yeah, see that? They don't belong here. Couple hoses. There we go, get rid of this. Pop throttle body. Yeah, that's a TBI, throttle body injection. Look at that. Haven't seen this thing in a while. Or no. It has a throttle body, but with multi-port injection. Okay, there's the injectors. 1, 2, 4 on this side. But we still have this throttle body business here. Very much like a carburetor, except no fuel's passing through it. Wow. Okay. So, what I need to do is get a little 5 mil or 6 mil bolt and pull these the cap off of here. Okay. You know, I didn't even notice this at first, but it needs an air filter. That's not filtering. You gotta have that seal there, so that's it went right back to where it's supposed to be. That's junk. Okay, yeah, 1/4 inch socket, that's what I needed. So what I'll do, I'm gonna take off the coil first and try to set that aside, and then we'll dig the this cap out of here, take a look at the rotor and the contacts inside of the cap. They're probably loaded full of corrosion, preventing good spark from traveling here. Oh, okay, that's just the cap for the coil, not the coil. I forgot. Okay, we'll leave this alone, I guess, for now, and get the bolts for the base of the cap. I hope they stay in the distributor and don't fall out. There's 4 of these bad boys in here. Yeah, one out back right there. Do this. I didn't want to take the wires off. Let me get a paint marker and mark these wires. Okay, look here. So I got a yellow paint marker. I don't know which cylinder is which, so I'm just going to mark these with dots. Starting here. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1 in the middle, 5. With an X and a circle, and then this one can be a smiley face. See that? There's 4. There we go. And this one I'll just write 5 on it. There. So now we know kind of where they go. That might be a little confusing, but it's not to me. So let's take all these bad boys off of here. Clumsy-ish. Not as bad as I thought, to tell you the truth. There's a bunch of it on there, but it's not horrific. Why doesn't this thing run? Doesn't look too great. Not the reason though. Pull this one off of here. Just get it out of the way. I need a screwdriver. Don't break the plastic, Ray. That doesn't want to come off. There. Yeah, we see there's a decent amount of kind of buildup on there. I don't know if that's really the issue though. This rotor looks pretty clean. Somebody might have changed this once. That's kind of clean in there. Yeah, I think the problem's probably just these wires. 30-something year old, 25-year-old wires. I think we need wires in here. I'll rephrase, I know we need some wires. Spray some foam in there, try to clean this out while we're here. Couldn't hurt. Yeah, I know we need wires because I saw that one arcing. The question is, do I want to put a cap and a rotor in it while I'm there? And I don't see why I shouldn't. Let's pop this rotor out of here. Get on there, screwdriver. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a full tune-up on this unit. That's going to be cap, rotor, plugs, and wires, potentially. Like, I don't think the plugs are horrible. Yeah, that's not that old. That's super cheapo looking. Yeah, I'm not keeping that. Yeah, we're gonna do cap, rotor, wires, and I'm also gonna change out this coil right here. It's an electronical component, and electronical components have a tendency of developing internal issues. And since the parts on this are somewhat inexpensive, I don't hesitate against firing the cannon at it. What's this white stuff in here? It's kind of powder. Why is there a white powder in there? Corrosion. Okay. Set that aside for later. Yeah, I've gone and ordered some parts, so preliminarily here, I'm not going to do anything until I get some parts that show up, except spray some more Amsoil foam down inside of the intake here to clean this thing out. It's foamy, so you know it's good. So while we wait for the parts to be delivered here, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the plugs back out. I know I just put that in and took it back out, but I'm gonna do it again. There she is. We'll leave all the wires kind of in position. That way we don't get them crossed and mixed up. And then we can just swap them out once the new ones arrive. Okay, that one's not super great. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all going away. Everything's going away. Change it all, repair it. Oh, well, how nice is this? These two cylinders, the plugs are pointing this way. And the front two cylinders, the plugs are pointed that way. It's opposing angles. Oh, that was fast. I got plugs. No wires though. Those aren't here yet. Yeah, I got a set of NGKs that showed up like within minutes. How about that? Yeah, there's a new one. So we may proceed to swap these guys in and out. Stick that one in there. That's great. You get half the car done before the rest of the parts arrive. I love efficiency. It's the best. Fix. Sounds good. Swap out to that next one. Just keep threading, threading, threading. There we go. Now, we'll just kind of stick a wire back near where it goes, just to keep them in position. And let's get that hard to reach one. I'm looking for damage on this wire somewhere, which I cannot find. Oh, wow. The back side should be super fun to get. Okay. So you see the end of the tool down there. See that? That's not coming out with the power tool. So I got this super slim ratchet here. This is one of those tools. Yes, it's a snap-on tool. This is one of those that pays for itself when you need it. See how thin that head is? It's super tiny. Reverse. There. Get that thing down in the hole. Oh no, I'm reversed in the wrong direction. Yankees. Ruh-roh. Come on, I can't flip the lever. So bad. Give it back. There. Trying again. Love my job. I'll keep doing it over and over and over again. Oh, that's super tight. Can I move this thing out of the way maybe? This AC line? Not really. There. Now I gotta find the spark plug again. It's higher up. Yeah, and then there's 4 of them on that side. See why people love the North Star lineup? They were just as fun to work on at the beginning as they were at the end. Yeah, that one's kind of nasty too. Okay. Come here. It's running away from me. There. There it is. Threading. So we're 75% away from being 50% completed. Actually, that's not tight yet, so it's more like maybe 70% 71%. Yeah, we'll go with 71%. Feels better. Torquage here. Click. Okay, that's 3. Now, we'll get this fun one up here in the front. I think that's it. Yep. Through the belt. That's cute. Yeah, it's also pretty nasty. Okay. Oh, she broke that. No. Just kidding, it's not broken. Yeah. If I drop it on the floor, that's a different story. Poke around till we find the hole. It's in there. I've been there before. I'll get there again. Okay. Clickage. That guy's on. Good. Now my tool's stuck behind the belt. Not good. See that? Okay. Now, for these ones, oh, this is stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't. How am I supposed to do that? Remove engine. Oi, I don't appreciate this at all. Okay, so here's the deal. We can't have everything. I have no idea how I think I'm gonna get these things out of here and film it at the same time. I went in and unplugged the wires already. Can't even figure out where those spark plugs are at. Can't see them, especially with the wires disconnected. So this is gonna be really, really hard. Gravity. It's gonna be really hard to film since I don't have any tools anymore and I can't see anything. So you're gonna have to give me some leeway on the viewing pleasure here for the remainder of this section of this engine repair. Sorry. There's going to be a little bit of skipping around and fumbling and all that good stuff as I try to recover this socket especially. Well, of course the magnet is not enough magnet. Come on. You guys can't even see what I'm doing here. My tool is stuck on like the frame rail somewhere. I can see the very tip of it and I can kind of get onto it with a magnet, but not enough to pull the thing out from whatever it's stuck on. Like I'm touching it and it's moving. Maybe there's not enough steel in the steel, or not enough magnet in the magnet. Yeah, this magnet sucks. Here, let's try a bigger magnet here and maybe that'll get a hold of the thing that I'm trying to get a hold of. That we can't see because there's 100 billion hoses in the way. I wonder how many times I'm gonna drop this and then have to recover it again. Let's put that right there. Now we know where it's at when I lose it next. So, trying again. There's a spark plug down there somewhere. Where that somewhere is, nobody knows. There it is. I don't think getting this from the bottom is a feasible option either. I've considered such things. So now I got a socket on it, which we can't see where that thing's at. You see the shaft of it like right there. But I don't know how I'm supposed to put a tool on that socket. There's all this other crap's in the way here. Ooh, I know. We can zip tie this up. Gives me some space. Yeah, let's do that. Zip ties for the win. I choose this one. The labor guide called for 1.5 hours for these spark plugs. I have a feeling that's slightly inaccurate. There. That's okay, as long as we don't like leave it there permanently. Let's do one more zip tie up here. Beep beep. Okay. That's sort of something. Give it the reach. You guys are in my armpit, sorry. I never had a bunch of people in my armpit before, but yeah, I think everybody should try new things, right? Okay. Yep, all right, that's in. Let's give it a turn. Or not. I can't give it a turn. I don't have any leverage here. That's great. There. Man, look at this. My hand shoved like in there. If I was a wider individual, this wouldn't work. Okay, there's another one. Okay, so while the muscle memory is fresh on where the appropriate amount of hurt is to line this up, we're just going to put this new one back in right now. Okay. Oh, right on. It's threading in. Very good. Very good. Very good. We're threading up. That's good. Okay. Other hand. Finish it off. Okay, it's snug. Let's make it tight. Tight like a tiger. Tiger tight. Click. That one's good. 25% away from being 100% complete. Wonderful. Okay, so I took this heater core hose and kind of pulled it up and over this EGR looking business just to pull it away from in there, and then I pulled this thing up just to kind of get it out of the way a little bit more. So now I think I can reach in right here and get a hold of that second spark plug. Can't see it. Okay, climb on up here. Yeah, that's a hot alternator. It's gonna hurt. I'll get inside of the box here. And now I can reach around. I almost dropped my ratchet or socket or whatever it is. Don't drop it again, Ray. I have found the next spark plug. I'm on it. Ratchet again. These angles are stupid. There's a firewall in the way. Okay, I got a ratchet on this one, I think. Yeah, I'm on it. Coming loose. Oh, I finally tore my glove. Told you these were good gloves. Grip Tensity by Denko. They're the folks that make the brake clean. There's our next one right there. Same thing, I come prepared, new spark plug. Put that guy in, give it the reach down and around treatment, and I'm holding this piece of plastic with my face. Okay, we're threading up. Uh-oh, my dogs are barking. That means there's people near. I'm not leaving my area to find out what the problem is. Oh, by the way, speaking of dogs barking, my dogs scared the bejesus out of someone the other day. There was a visitor, a random person, a YouTube viewer that came over, and they were just in the area, so they said, on vacation or something, and they walked into the office and the dogs about ate their face because we didn't know anybody was coming. I mean, they didn't really about eat their face, but the people were very scared of the canine carnivorous quadrupeds. They were afraid of dogs, but they didn't realize that the dogs were here. Problem was they just kind of walked in and we didn't know they were coming. Oh. Yeah, we didn't know they were coming. And nobody saw them walk in. Oh, look at that. And they got a jump scare from the dog. So I guess point being, it's frowned upon to just like come in unannounced because the dogs might scare you, especially if you're scared of dogs. So please, if anybody's coming over here for work or something, let me know you're here. Don't just like go in there. And I do realize this is a business, but this is kind of a private business. We're appointment only. So we're not really equipped for people to wait here for stuff and for people to just show up and come in and say hi. I appreciate those folks and everything, but it's I didn't take into account that there are people who are afraid of dogs, and I don't want you guys to get super scared of dogs where they bark at you, then you run away, then you like fall down or something and get hurt, and then I get sued. So if you guys don't mind, please announce yourselves upon arrival. Otherwise my dogs might eat you. Okay, kind of running out of steam. It's difficult to remain up here in this area, and I lost my hole too. That's not good. There's a spark plug. There's a spark plug. Did I manage to take that out? What happened to the plug? Nikes. There's one. That means the other one. Can't find it. Crap. There's one there. That means the other one's. Yeah, there it is. I found it. Okay. Now, how do I reach it? The angle's different on this one. Shove my hand. Uh-oh. I broke something. It's a vacuum line. Here it is. Oh, I see, I see. Crisis averted, look. I pulled that vacuum line out. That goes in right there. There. Hey, at least we know that the vacuum reservoir is good, right? Yay. Okay. So, that was scary. I can't get a tool on the tool. There's too much stuff in the way. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. This thing is fun to work on. I know we're looking down into an abyss. Sorry. I wish things were different, but they're not. Feels about right. This is why you don't walk away from things until you've reached a stopping point of some sort. You forget where things go and how you had to set yourself up to get where you are. And it makes it hard to come back to pick up. I think that's on. Good. Coming in with that ratchet again. There, now you can sort of see-ish. Tight. Okay. It's 3 on the back. Should be one more. One more. Uno mas. So, all things considered, this last one should be real easy because it's right here on the end. Down there. Should be. Find the plug. I think I'm on it. I think. I'm not on it. Now I'm on it. There. Okay, bracket in the way. The dipstick tube. Come on, there. Okay, last one's coming out. There she is. Did I do this in an hour and a half? Did I beat the clock or no? I think I did this in less than an hour and a half. Let's try to squeeze that guy back in. Not finding the hole again. That's nice. I think that was it. Yeah. Okay. One more time in there. My My legs are getting weak. I'm perched up on this radiator support on my knees. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Ah, clickage. Okay. Oh man, that's all the spark plugs. No, I'm gonna hurt myself. Woo. Okay, just caught my glove on that. It didn't tear. It was like, look at that. Told you these are good gloves. Look at this bad boy. Look at that. All that before it finally tore. How about that? Okay, so now that I've got the plugs out, I'm waiting on wires, which are not here. Ew, gross. Yeah, that's sweat. That's nasty. It's a little warm today. Temp's coming up. Yeah, I'm waiting on my parts. If they don't show up, I might have to make this a, nope, that's the 5 o'clock bell. No parts, we're calling it good. So, unfortunately, we have to pick this one up manana for the part 2. Leave this alone. I'm out of breath from doing all that. That was a lot of work. Anyway, guys, we're not going to get parts today. Apparently not, because it's 5 and they won't deliver after 5. So, epic fail, I guess, on the scheduling part. So that being said, I'm going to close it out. At this point, I have nothing more to offer you on this particular video other than some blood and sweat, some tears, and some almost injuries and whatnot, but I'll be all right. Having said all that, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, especially since you're here to the end. Since you are here at the end, I'm going to assume that you like this video. And if my assumption is correct, and I am indeed an assumer, and you did in fact like this video, please feel free to communicate that effectively to me by engaging that like button and commenting down below. It really helps out with the algorithm things, and you guys know by now that YouTube is constantly seeking new types of interactions, so to speak, and that's what they utilize to promote the content, is interactions from viewers. So if you would do me a solid and hit that like button one more time, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already and would like to see more future content such as this. I'm here almost every day. And I guess in closing, most importantly, I've got to remind myself to remind you guys to not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later in a video. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one on the part 2. And if this one wasn't enough, just check one of the links around here at this end screen right here, and it'll take you over to the second channel or to another select video of my choice, or over to Amsoil if you want to purchase some high quality oils for your vehicle or snowmobile or boat or race car or anything with an engine in it. I'll put it that way. I put Amsoil on my skid steer, to tell you the truth. So anyway, you guys, I'm rambling. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. End of video, end of day, end of transmission.